This year, RoboMed World Championship focused on the design of STEM biomedical system and device. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic causing a shortage of medical resources worldwide, we have to decided to focus on the design of care equipment for hospital and nursing centers.
We designed 3 respiratory projects. The first project is an automatic respirator. With COVID-19 raging around the world, and the medical system is on the verge of collapse, this respirator can reduce the cost of medical equipment, support medical staff, and be widely used and convenient. The second project is a sleep apnea detector. Sleep apnea, which can be divided into apnea and hypopnea. One of the symptoms of patients who have sleep apnea is snoring. The sound intensity caused by snoring is measured by the sound source sensor to determine whether the subject has these symptoms and the severity of this disorder. The third project is a breathing alarm. When autumn and winter are cold, windows are often closed, which increases the concentration of carbon dioxide, cerebral hypoxia, and reduce work efficiency. Therefore, a breathing alarm is designed to reduce the occurrence of such situations by measuring the number of breaths per minute.
Our second design is a medical smart can. The first and most basic can function is the use of the upper exit linkage to control the lower power grasping or provide upright auxiliary support. The second function is automatic light. In the low light surroundings, the flashlight can be turned on. And when the surrounding lighting is restored, the flashlight will be turned off. The third function includes an ultrasonic that sound to warn the user when sensing object within a certain distance. The fourth function includes a gyroscope that notifies others that the user has getting fallen. The final function of the smart can comes with GPS, which could help the family members locate the user if he gets lost.
We made a free version of the medical journey: prototype, results, and an accessibility version. Prototype is the first journey we made, which can be turned into a bed and a wheelchair, and that can also use motor to access movements. However, it was still bulky, so it can only be used in hospital and nursing centers. Next, we designed the accessibility version, which can use the track system to multi-terrain movements, but there were also many problems and bugs. Therefore, we decided to retrofit with prototype and can update this result. It has all the functions of the prototype, but is smaller, easier to operate, and more stable when moving.
After the Taiwan preliminaries, we made numerous improvements to both the programming and mechanism. Specifically, we enhanced the design of the medical wheelchair, replaced the single of the respirator with a diverse respiratory system, added a gyroscope to the smart can, and modified its main structure. These upgrades were complete between preliminaries and final rounds. We are honored to represent in the Taiwan to the competition, and we are grateful for the judges' attention to our mechanism and ideas. Now, we will proceed to demonstrate our mechanism.
Okay, you can see this automatic respirator. It has 2 modes. The first mode is an adult mode, and the second mode is children mode. It should have different rates. And you can see this, and here have oxygen. It can oxygen can to this airbag and go give patients. Okay.
Yeah, we're just all kind of a little bit blown away. This is pretty comprehensive project with so many different functionalities and so maybe I taught you a little bit already in the beginning, but one question I do have, I saw this final version you talk about, right? The patient, everything there. That's a little model, right? The miniaturized model, scale model, small model. So to bring it to the actual application of really having a patient there, you need to make it much bigger. So what are the considerations in maybe changing parts, changing materials, motors? Have you any thoughts about what is required to make this really a real device that can be used for real patients?
We will make it in the hospital, and we can let some of the sicker can sit this and make can move more in convenience. So we made this result in a wheelchair.
Maybe potentially retrofit, right, with a wheelchair or some other current devices.
Oh, very impressive work. I feel like you guys are really coming from Mars, very futuristic. Congratulations for what you did here. I mean, like I like any array of these things. I hope I can have some of these robots in my home, putting somewhere. So I'm particularly interested in this magic cane here. So I see like you have a ultrasound sensor for detecting the distance, right? Yeah. Could you tell me more about like basically how you make the sensor work, and if you consider other like LiDAR sensor or something like that?
Is all?
The distance sensor, ultrasound sensor.
Oh, yeah. Just we make a program that if in the distance, if there has something is moving and he will like this, he will make the sound, and that's the maybe the seeker has the blinded, so we need to notify the seeker.
Thank you. Thank you, Mars Boy. Good job.